Now on CoastTV News.
Car versus tractor trailer. We have new photos tonight of a crash in Seaford. First responders describe what happened.
A controversial gun control bill moving forward in the state capitol. How it may impact how you can get a handgun.
Good news about the economy, what the latest inflation numbers mean for your wallet. And a marijuana first in Maryland. What makes a new lab the only in the entire country, plus how the White House is addressing the topic this week.
And with the unusual spring-like warmth comes the risk of a thunderstorm or two. I'll show you what I'm tracking in a moment.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Buying a gun like this might take a bit longer if some Delaware lawmakers get their way. Good evening. I'm Mallory Metzner. Charlie Sakaitis has the night off. Welcome to our news at 11. We begin tonight with a permit to purchase bill in Dover making progress. A bill that looks to change the rules for people looking to buy handguns in the first state is moving forward. And while people for gun control are hoping it will be signed into law, others question if the bill is constitutional. Coast TV's Charles Reinert breaks down the bill and shows us what both sides have to say.
The gun debate is firing off in the first state once again. Senate Bill 2, which looks to create a permit-to-purchase system for handguns, has made it past the Delaware House of Representatives.
It keeps guns out of the hands of people who might pose a risk. We think it's critical to saving lives, and we know that this is going to help save lives across the state.
Here's what the bill would do. People looking to buy a handgun will have to go through an application process as well as go through a firearms training program. According to the bill, people would not have to pay fees for the permit itself, but would have to pay for things like fingerprinting and the required training. Jeff Haig, president of the Delaware State Sportsman Association, claims the bill would infringe on people's Second Amendment rights.
The object doesn't make any difference, whether it's a car, a knife, feet, hands, whatever. It's the person that commits the violent act. This issue with firearms and guns has become, rather than is this a good policy position, has become totally political.
This piece of legislation has been in the works for a while now. In Governor Carney's final State of the State address, he said getting this bill passed is one of his goals during his last year in office. This bill would still need to go through the Senate before it could land on Governor Carney's desk. I'm Charles Reinert in Sussex County, Coast TV News.
Dewey Beach is looking to change how it handles marijuana. Currently, the town follows state marijuana regulations, which make smoking marijuana in public illegal. Additionally, you must be at least 21 to use marijuana. Dewey has a $200 fine for breaking this rule, but the state's fine is $100. Some people think whatever the fine, it won't change people's decisions.
I think they're going to do it either way. I really do. They might not, they might be a little more, concealing, like maybe in their cars or on the beach, but I don't think it's going to make a big difference.
Town commissioners will further discuss this ordinance on Friday. Turning our attention to marijuana on the national scale, we are looking live at the White House. The Biden administration will hold its first public event on marijuana reform this week after President Biden addressed the issue in his State of the Union address. Biden said he directed his cabinet to review the federal classification of marijuana and that he is also expunging thousands of convictions for the mere possession. That was the first time the president has spoken about the effort to reschedule marijuana since October 2022. The administration will bring awareness to the issue on Friday. Among those participating in the event, Grammy-nominated artist Fat Joe, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, and people who received pardons for prior cannabis convictions. And now let's take a live look outside into Ocean City. It may be finally starting to feel like spring with the first day of spring on the way. So let's check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams, who joins us now with a look at the weather. Good evening.
Good evening to you, Mallory. And like everyone else, I would hope for a wonderful start to spring that will be nice and warm like we are right now. That's actually going to be the opposite on the first day of spring. We'll get to that in a moment. Our Bay Health camera in Dover, currently we're holding at 56 degrees. And you know what? We'll drop to 52 by 1 o'clock under clear skies, and we'll stay clear, and we'll drop to 50 by 3 o'clock. Now, changing gears and looking at our Irish Eyes camera in Lewis, we're at 54 degrees, and we'll drop to 53 by 1 o'clock, and then 49 degrees with clear skies by 3 o'clock. We are initially concerned about it being too hot. Some people said, well, listen, too hot would be 84, which we were nowhere near that, but we were well above this 54 with a high of 72 degrees for today. And we are now clear throughout the entire state for now. And we're going to be clear and nice tomorrow, but next week, ooh, we're going to have to talk. We're going to have to talk. Okay, Mallory?
Okay, Paul, I want to hear it though. For more other weather updates, to see what Paul's talking about there, make sure you pull out your phone, scan the QR code. That's our First Alert weather app. You can download it for free and you'll get all the weather updates you need. The Delaware presidential primary election that was scheduled on April 2nd is now canceled. This decision comes after only Biden and Trump remained candidates. And they also now have the necessary delegates to clinch their nominations, by the way. The primary election for other state offices like governor and U.S. senator is September 10th. We have new photos tonight at 11 of a bad crash in Seaford that happened earlier today. Take a look at your screen here. You can see the front of a car was wedged underneath the back of a tractor trailer. The Seaford Volunteer Fire Department says this happened at Stein Highway and Dulaney Street. The agency says it took less than a half hour to lift the trailer, get the car out, and rescue the person inside who was flown to Christiana Hospital. Ballots in Blades are being finalized for the town's upcoming election. 3 seats are up for grabs on town council. Candidates must let the town know if they plan to run by March 13th. The voter registration deadline is March 20th. The election itself is April 1st. We have more dates, times, and helpful links regarding this election on CoastTV.com.
I'm Madeline Overturf. Here's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. The town of Ridgely, that's in Caroline County, has suspended its entire police department with pay. This is a photo of the department from January 9th. A statement says the suspension is pending a state prosecutor investigation. A reason was not revealed, though the Caroline County Sheriffs will cover the town's policing for the foreseeable future. Maryland is opening a cannabis reference lab. The lab will audit results to ensure marijuana sold in the state is safe and compliant. The Maryland Cannabis Administration says it's the first lab in the country dedicated exclusively to marijuana oversight. Do you like blue catfish? Well, the Maryland Department of Natural Resources is urging fishermen to catch as many as possible, as that invasive fish is eating some native fish species and is hurting the ecosystem. That's a look at some of the things happening across Delmarva. I'm Madeline Overturf.
People in Ocean Pines will be saving money. The Maryland Department of the Environment says those who live in the Ocean Pines Sanitary Service area don't have to pay the $5 monthly charge into the Chesapeake Bay Restoration Fund. The department says the Ocean Pines wastewater treatment plant meets the requirements for exemption. Now each household affected will save $60 per year, but these exemptions have to be renewed annually. The latest inflation numbers were released on Tuesday, and while prices ticked up slightly in February, there is some good news about the economy. Jen Sullivan breaks down what the latest numbers mean for your wallet.
The latest inflation numbers show consumers are still grappling with higher prices. According to the latest Consumer Price Index report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, prices ticked up 0.4% in February from the month before. And over the last 12 months, prices rose by 3.2%. But the full report has both good and bad news for consumers.
You cannot look at a single data point alone. You have to look at a trend.
Dr. Brian Marks, who teaches at the University of New Haven, says the pandemic drove up inflation. But recent global events are still impacting prices, like Russia's war in Ukraine affecting oil and turmoil in the Middle East diverting shipping routes.
Shippers are paying higher premiums for insurance, and they're passing that along to the extent they can.
While these latest inflation numbers are slightly higher, when we look at the last few years, inflation is much lower than it was in February of 2022. Here's where it's hitting consumers most: housing and gas. Rent in February was about 30% above pre-pandemic levels, according to Zillow, and gas prices are up 3.8%. According to AAA, the national average cost for a gallon of regular gas as of Wednesday was $3.40. Here's some good news. Overall, the price of food did not rise, and hourly wages are rising.
Wages are actually increasing above the rate of inflation, but not by so much that it's putting that upward pressure on pricing.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Trauma-informed services in Delaware are set to be rewarded. Governor Carney's office says the state is looking for people, organizations, and educational institutions to recognize with the Delaware Compassionate Champion Awards. Those nominated should provide services consistent with the Delaware Developmental Framework for Trauma-Informed Care. Nominations are being accepted on the governor's website through April 12th. We are thrilled to announce that CoastTV has a brand new Facebook page for the latest in news, exclusive content, and interactive discussions. Be sure to visit and follow that new page there. Just head over to facebook.com/CoastTVMBSki, or you can scan the QR code on your screen to stay connected with us. We are just getting started tonight at 11. It's Severe Weather Awareness Week. We look back at damage on Delmarva and what you need to keep yourself and your family safe.
And the abundant sunshine will continue to show through, and a few showers may also tag along for the ride into the Delmarva Peninsula.
Historic home makeover, what this family plans to do with their property in Lewis and how they had to fight to get to this point. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Any slow sipper knows you'll enjoy your drink from McDonald's longer than anyone else.
Conquer your cravings with $1.49 any size lemonade or sweet tea with our classic fries. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
When you play the Maryland Lottery, please play responsibly. That means remember to spend within your limits, never borrow money to play, and know your odds of winning. To get more tips, scan the QR code or visit mdlottery.com/playresponsibly. Must be 18 years or older to play.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
The hot, crispy Filet-O-Fish. You either love it or you haven't tried it yet.
Catch the classic you love. 2 flaky wild-caught Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for just $6.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
One last walk through history. The Daisy family watches as a house in their family for 60 years gets torn down. The home in the Lewis Historic District raised debate for the Daisies, who say the home no longer met their needs and was asking to tear it down. However, after multiple appeals, a city commission voted to allow demolition in September. Dion Daisy says it was a fight worth the family's future.
I'm so I'm proud of us, right? I'm proud of us. I think our father would have been thrilled to see those hearings and to see his children and my dad, who grew up poor, so poor he had to wait in food lines, to see his educated children fight back against this board and win.
The Daisy family will build a new home in place of this one once the demolition is complete. Well, Delaware has been no stranger to severe weather in recent years. Deadly tornadoes have ravaged communities, as you see on the screen here. Roads have become submerged from floodwaters, and hail has even piled high enough to shovel. This week, the state is working to educate people on the threats that severe weather poses here and what they can do to stay safe.
Important to be prepared. If people aren't sure where to start with being prepared with Severe Weather Awareness Week, one of the reasons that we do this is to get awareness of where some resources are. So there is a website, preparede.org.
Severe weather can happen at any time in Delaware, but the peak season is from late spring through early summer. And that will bring us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know which severe weather event concerns you the most on Delmarva. Let's take a look at the results so far. These are updated from earlier tonight. The majority are still saying tornadoes. That is at 67%, though floods has jumped up quite a bit since we last checked. That's at 28%. We do tend to see a lot of coastal flooding during big rain events here on Delmarva. If you haven't voted yet, you still can at CoastTV.com or on our mobile app.
And just in case you were wondering, out of those categories on the poll, what severe weather event actually kills more people every year? It's not tornadoes. Believe it or not, it's flooding. People always underestimate the power of the water. So let's be careful out there, okay? Our Gateway Subaru camera in Ocean City, we're at 53 degrees with the winds out of the southwest at about 6 miles per hour. We're going to enjoy the clear skies for the rest of the night as we kind of subtly feather our way down to the low 50s. Now, the high today, we peaked at 72 degrees in Cambridge, Georgetown, Easton, 74 for the high in Salisbury. We didn't break any record highs, but man, was it great or what, right? And we're staying clear for right now. Earlier today, we had some concerns for the possibility of some flooding, coastal flooding advisories in Kent County. That has been allowed to expire, so now even that's no longer a problem or a blip on the radar. We see this trough that's developing to our west, and when it swings our direction, it's going to drag some cloud cover our way, and maybe a random sprinkle or two. Nothing heavy from this particular system as of right now. 72 was the high today, 41 was the low. You can see how those numbers dwarf the average for this time of the year. And we're holding at 57 degrees at this late hour in Bethany Beach, 51 in Milton, 58 in Milford. It's crazy warm outside right now. But believe it or not, we're cooler now than we were 24 hours ago. Isn't that crazy? We're actually cooler outside, 5 degrees cooler in Georgetown, 8 degrees cooler in Salisbury. Now, for those who run like Mallory or those who walk like me, all right, because I'm too heavy to run, we're looking at tomorrow morning's power walk forecast. Listen, we're going to get 52 by 9 o'clock, but we're going to clock the 70s by lunchtime and 75 by 3 o'clock. And we may have to adjust that forecast because 75 by 3 o'clock, we have 1 more hour of warming that can happen. You see, Thursday morning, we start off in the 40s, and we flip that on over into the mid-70s for Thursday afternoon with sunshine. Friday, that trough I just mentioned a few moments ago, it pulls across, creates the cloud cover, and the flow of air coming out of the southwest. But even with all that cloud cover blocking us from the sun, we'll still warm to near 70 in most places. And here's that random sprinkle I was talking about. This isn't heavy. You know what this rain is more than anything else on Friday afternoon? A nuisance. Not even enough to plan around now. By late Friday, we'll have heavier showers that'll pull through. Those won't be a nuisance. Those will be for real. Now, how much rain are we talking about? Possibly up to about ½ an inch in some areas, according to the latest run. And as you take a look along the coast, we're looking for Thursday sunshine, Friday a few clouds, Saturday cooler and in the 50s. But that's going to be the norm. So we're unusually warm Thursday and Friday in Fenwick Island, back to the norm on Saturday. And before we start complaining, remember, 71 and 71, that's crazy warm. 57 on Saturday, that's actually where we're supposed to be. Finally, here's a look at the Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling Extended Forecast.
Thank you, Paul. Still ahead, TikTok setback, the bill that passed the House today and what it could ban for users. And next, smooth sailing in Millsboro, the project that aims to help boaters launch into the water.
At Coastal Comfort, we know there's no place like home. That's why we're committed to ensuring total comfort for a totally happy home. As a premier Carrier Factory authorized dealer, we're dedicated to providing reliable service and the best savings. Like now, through the end of May, with purchase of a qualified Carrier system, you can instantly receive up to $1,900 off. You could also qualify for up to $2,000 in federal tax credit. Coastal Comfort, a Carrier Factory authorized dealer serving Maryland and Delaware. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Truck Month is here at Boulevard Ford Lincoln in Lewis and Georgetown. During Truck Month, get 1.9% financing for 72 months on a brand new 2023 Ford F-150. Or get over $10,000 in savings on the cutting-edge 2023 F-150 Lightning. With a massive truck selection, you're sure to find the perfect fit for your needs.
Visit boulevardauto.com to see our entire inventory.
Come see us during Truck Month at Boulevard Ford Lincoln in Lewis and Georgetown.
Trucks cost less with Preston.
Visit Tyndall's Casual Furniture, where comfort meets style and quality meets affordability. And affordability doesn't mean you have to compromise on quality. We are Delmarva's exclusive dealer for Pollywood, the name you know and trust. Pollywood dining sets start at only $9.95, fully assembled and backed by a 20-year warranty. We're also proud to carry made-in-the-USA brands like Casual Comfort and Telescope Casual. Plus, we have a wide selection of wicker by Northcape, all made with aluminum frames. So shop today with the local experts at Tyndall's Casual Furniture in Laurel and Lewis.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care and women's health services to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
A project is in the works to help boaters set sail in Millsboro. The state's Division of Fish and Wildlife is looking to modify an existing boat launch facility and create a new 6 by 36-foot fixed dock at Ingram Pond. The pond is along Godwin School Road, and comments on this project, they're due to the state by March 19th. In regional news now, 2 teens were sent to the hospital after they were robbed and assaulted in Camden. Delaware State Police says 5 men approached the teens on the 4000 block of South State Street, assaulted them, took their belongings, and then ran away. Troopers say injuries were non-life-threatening, but the suspects remain at large. Anyone with information is asked to contact the agency or Delaware Crime Stoppers. It's a move that could lead to a nationwide ban on one of the world's most popular social media apps. The U.S. House of Representatives passed key legislation today that, if signed into law, will force TikTok's parent company to sell to an American owner or be pulled from the U.S. market. Karen Kafa breaks it all down.
The clock may soon be running out on TikTok. In a rare show of bipartisanship, the U.S. House of Representatives passing a bill Tuesday that would prohibit TikTok from U.S. app stores unless the platform is divested from its China-linked parent company ByteDance within the next 5 months.
This is not a bill to ban TikTok. They just need to sell TikTok to an American owner.
Legislators and intelligence officials warn the app leaves American users vulnerable to the Chinese government.
We know that TikTok has been manipulating information. We know that they have access to Americans' private data, and we know that if asked by the Chinese Communist Party to turn that over, they are by law required to do so.
China calling the move, quote, an act of bullying, while some members of Congress worry about generational impact.
I don't think it'll be helpful with young voters. Taking a step back, I just think it's bad policy.
Many of the roughly 170 million American users, too, have raised concerns.
If you vote for this ban, you are voting against my First Amendment and my way of freedom of speech. You are voting against my small business.
But proponents argue the bill does not infringe upon user speech.
It cannot be used to censor speech. It takes no position at all on the content of speech, only foreign adversary control.
In a statement, TikTok said it will now focus on the Senate, where the fate of the legislation is unclear. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
Frontier Airlines announced a new upgrade option for its customers sitting in the window or aisle seats. Passengers can choose to have the middle seat next to them empty if they buy their flight by March 20th. The new upgraded seating option starts at $49 and will provide extra leg room as well, of course. The promotion applies to flights starting April 10th and will only be available through April 30th. A state semifinal game for boys basketball. Will Stephen Decatur make it to their first state championship game since 2016? Stay tuned for all the action leading up to a tight finish. Plus, the dough roller moves out, a new diner rolls in. We have the inside look at Ocean City's newest eatery and the 24/7 dining experience it promises.
We salute Tom Moore. Tom serves as the deputy chief at the Bethany Beach Volunteer Fire Company. His firefighting career began with a 4-year stint at the Rehoboth Beach Volunteer Fire Company before moving to Bethany Beach in 1996, where he joined the local volunteer fire company and started his family. Moore has held various key roles, including assistant engineer, chief engineer, fire lieutenant, assistant chief, and fire chief. Beyond his volunteer service, he supervises the career division of the Millville Fire Company and works part-time for the Ocean City Fire Department, demonstrating his extensive commitment to the firefighting community.
Spicer Brothers and CoastTV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a CoastTV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Cash or charge?
Charge.
Heads up!
Sorry, game time.
I ain't playing around. Make one false move, I take you down. Get back, y'all know me like that. Y'all know me like that.
Get 2.9% financing for 72 months or get $2,000 in MAC cash on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
When you visit the Delmarva Design Center, you'll experience a selection of appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring all together in one showroom. The 10,000 square foot location has a variety of inspiring samples for any project size or budget. Your dedicated product experts and designers collaborate to bring your dream project to life. Come and see what the kitchen industry buzz is all about. Experience the Delmarva Design Center in Selbyville, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva's coast.
Termites are here. Protecting your home starts with Rice's Termite Defense. Rice's Termite and Pest Control has been the trusted name in termite treatment for over 30 years. We start by using the best products on the market, combined with an industry-leading warranty that protects your home year after year. Right now, get $50 off any termite treatment. Call or visit us online at delmarvasbestpestcontrol.com for a free termite inspection. Rice's Termite and Pest Control, where protecting your home is the family business.
Are you on the verge of foreclosure? Is your home in serious disrepair? Or do you just need to sell fast?
Are you overwhelmed with an inherited house or a rental and want to cash out?
Hi, I'm Delmarva Dave Schmidt.
And I'm his sister, Christina.
And we're local home buyers.
Here to help solve your problems.
We'll get you an as-is, fast cash offer on any type of property anywhere on Delmarva in any condition with no required repairs or commissions.
Call or text today.
Or visit delmarvadave.com.
Welcome to Sea Level Designs. Come visit us for an extraordinary selection of nautical gifts and decor for your home. Choose from thousands of coastal home accessories, including pillows, accent furniture, lamps, indoor-outdoor rugs, wall decor, and so much more. Whether you live by the beach or just dream of ocean breezes, we have something for everyone in every price range. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook to keep up with our constantly changing inventory. Sea Level Designs, open year-round in Bethany Beach.
With one dough roller now out, rolls in a new business. The new 70th Street shop that is set to open up soon gave Coast TV an inside look of what's in store. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zappe shows us why Route 66 is coming to Coastal Highway.
What was once the dough roller on 70th Street is now being turned into a whole new diner. Something Dominic Perperno says Ocean City is lacking.
They had a lot of diners in Philly. Not many of them down here. I mean, the closest thing to it is Denny's.
Route 66 plans to serve breakfast all the time, with lunch and dinner starting at 2 p.m. Along with the classic diner atmosphere and feel, Route 66 is also doing something a little different.
One of the things Route 66 says makes it special here in Ocean City, they plan to be open 24/7.
So we're shooting for that for the summertime, just to keep it open 24/7, because we have nothing like that around here.
Route 66 owner Dina Speed tells us why she put a diner in Ocean City.
Well, I've always loved the diner food. Like whenever I go places, I always look for the diners near me. So I was like, why not bring a diner into Ocean City?
Perperno couldn't agree more and is excited to see a diner finally being built in Ocean City.
Yeah, I like diners, so I'll definitely go to the Route 66 diner.
And luckily for him, he won't have to wait very long.
Route 66 is looking to open up next Friday to serve the people of Ocean City breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm Kevin Zappe in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
St. Patrick's Day is just a few days away now, and Governor Carney has a timely proclamation. It recognizes Irish American Heritage Month and will be signed tomorrow. The governor's office says he'll be joined by the Irish Society of Delmarva and the Irish Culture Club of Delaware. This is happening at Legislative Hall at 1 p.m.
The Stephen Decatur boys basketball season comes to an end in the state semifinals with a 63-61 loss to St. Charles. The Seahawks get as far as they did in 2018, but unable to get over the hump and reach the state final. We start in the second half where things were knotted at 31. Corrine Bolden, a fierce finisher all night long, especially in the third quarter. Decatur ahead by 2. But the Spartans wouldn't go down easily. Final seconds of the third, Shamir Taylor rattles in a triple. Seahawks led by 6 heading into the final frame of this one. But Decatur wouldn't quit. Down 3, 2 minutes to go. Bolden to Wise. Splashdown. The junior knots things at 56. Now after some late free throws, Spartans up 4 with 10 seconds left. Bolden drives, gets the 2. Seahawks call for time with 3 ticks to go. After a quick foul, it's Bryce Selby at the line for St. Charles. He would miss both free throws. Seahawks call the timeout, down by 2, 0.9 on the clock. Then it's Coleman on the inbound, looking for an outlet. Fires it in, it is bobbled on the catch, and that will do it. St. Charles pulls off a heartbreaker 63-61. In the end, the Seahawks fall just 2 points shy of their first state final appearance since 2016. Reporting from Upper Marlboro, Maryland for the Delmarva Sports Network, I'm Luke Milai.
Sham rocking into the season of spring events where you can join in on the festive fun in one Sussex County community this weekend.
Right now, it's your choice during the Subaru A Lot to Love event going on at Gateway Subaru. Choose what fits your lifestyle and budget. Choose to lease a new 2024 Subaru Forester for only $299 a month, or take advantage of financing rates as low as 0.9%. Choose to lease a new 2024 Subaru Outback for only $299 a month, or take advantage of financing rates as low as 1.9%. Gateway Subaru, where every choice leads to a new adventure. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Is the name of your bank changing again? The Farmers Bank of Willards has been a local independent bank for nearly 100 years. When you bank local, your money stays here in our community, where it benefits our local businesses, farms, and families. The Farmers Bank has real people ready to help and world-class features like our free mobile banking app with Locket debit card security, a Smart Sense savings program, and free checking with no minimum balance. Stop paying extra fees and switch to the Farmers Bank of Willards, where people matter.
Have you bought a house in the last decade, but it's just not quite big enough? At Paul Davis, we can design and build you a brand new addition or remodel your whole home from start to finish. With over 50 years experience of building and restoring homes, we've made the process quick and easy while making it affordable. Call Paul Davis today, and one of our design consultants can be at your home as soon as tomorrow to give you a free estimate for your new addition or whole home remodel. Or visit our new showroom in Salisbury, Maryland, 100 Marvel Road.
At Spicer Brothers, we're not just about installing roofs. We're about protection, durability, and peace of mind. Our team of skilled professionals can install your last roof using the highest quality materials in as little as 1 day. And we make it easy with on-site design and digital proposal.
And right now, save $1,000 off your new roof. Plus, have peace of mind with our Platinum Plus lifetime warranty. And the best part, enjoy no interest and no payments for 18 months.
Call today and schedule your free in-home consultation because you deserve the best.
Not everyone wants a big funeral. For those seeking a simple alternative, the Eastern Shore's most trusted family and funeral service offers another option. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Service is simple and affordable. A direct cremation tribute starts at just $15.95, or choose to have a small visitation service, serving Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia with easy consultation by phone and streamlined electronic documentation. Learn more at easternshorecremation.com. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Services. Simply respectful.
Grab your lucky charm and head out to Georgetown on Saturday. The Chamber of Commerce's St. Patrick's Day block party is back. This year, it's at Revelation Craft Brewery on Bedford Street. Organizers say you can expect music, vendors, kids' activities, a bake-off, photo booth, and more. It runs from noon until 4 p.m. March 16th. The Brandywine Valley SPCA tells Coast TV News it will have adoptable pets present at the event.
And Doreen Delina, present, because guess what? You're going to receive a present, a free umbrella, because you won our contest. From Ocean View, by the way, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. Our Tyndall for a casual furniture camera in Ocean City, we're at 51 degrees, and we're looking forward to drop down up to 54, back down to 51 by the time we get to 3 o'clock in the morning. Live radar is indicating we are clear of any kind of precipitation, and cloud cover is staying relatively limited right now. We're going to stay pretty much clear. And here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Thursday and Friday, flying high, 74. Saturday, the cold front pushes through, cuts us down to the norm for this time of the year. A little bit of rain on Sunday. Then the first day of spring is Tuesday, but we're only going to have a high of 46 degrees and the low a couple of degrees away from freezing.
Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.